Hi, Virgo, and welcome to February 2025. Okay, let's see what's going on for the month for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Okay, starting with the Past Life Oracle. Let's get a karmic thread, what you're working on from another lifetime into this lifetime. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Forgiveness. One of the definite highest forms of discipline is forgiving self and others. Also, that gives you the freedom where that's why they're showing the white doves as the Holy Spirit has been given the freedom. Once you forgive others and self, that gives you a freedom. Whether you don't need to necessarily have forgiveness or ask someone for forgiveness. You just can, say a prayer of forgiveness. So maybe that's something that really weighs heavily on you, is forgiving others and forgiving yourself for the stuff that, the stuff that's happened over the course of your life. And like I said, you don't necessarily need closure from others when it comes to forgiveness. You don't have to ask someone else, to forgive you, but you can. But it's not required. Okay, that is the highest form, though, for sure. You gain so much. You feel so good when that happens. It's really, that part is enlightening for sure. Okay, I'm using the, hold on. I'm not going to my go-to Tarot of Dreams deck. I'm doing this month differently. And I'm doing Romance Angels first. Let's get 3 for Virgos, please. Worth waiting for. Beautiful. Heart to heart. Conversation and playfulness. How beautiful is that? So, if there's anyone in your sphere of you've been with someone for a while or even just for a minute, you may have that feeling that the angels are showing you this person could definitely be the one because they feel like home and they're easy to talk to and to get along with, as well as still being playful. I heard still the one after all these years. Okay, she is, interesting enough, she is trying to open him up, let's just say. And I feel, honestly, look at where he's looking at her here, she's looking at him. So this is definitely an example of how the give and take in relationships that are worthy of lasting happens. And I'll show you how. It's, okay, so he's like all in, being playful, let's go do fun things, spontaneity, etc. Then, as time goes by, we flip the switch because he's had some life experience, some, she has too, but her life experience has brought her to the point where she wants to talk. And it's so typical, it is, of the masculine and feminine. Because the masculine, younger, is always playful and, let's be spontaneous, like I said. Then when a masculine gets older, the responsibilities of, a relationship, a commitment, family, bills. I'm not saying that the female doesn't, But the female wants to talk it out, usually, and the masculine doesn't. So that's where you flip the switch. And karmically, they both work together, and that's when we get to the heart. When we get to the heart, right, the masculine's all about play, sex, let's have fun, all that. Here, it's, oh my God, responsibility, etc., like I mentioned. But the female is like, let's get to the heart of the matter of whatever it is that we are wanting to attribute to the longevity of knowing that you are meant to be with this person. Got it? So that's this is beautiful. And that is where forgiveness lends itself to a place where two people can say, okay, well, I see you clearly. I know you really well, because they've been through it, through the years, right? Absolutely. And the only way, really, the only way for complacency, boredom, any of those things that require the attention for a relationship to go to the next level is making sure that you keep the lines of communication open. And that's what's happened here. So if that plays out in your life, I mean, huge congrats on that, because that's not easy. It's really not. And to see each other for yourselves, right? What's that? Isn't that song, You Be You and I'll Be Me? Why can't we just be you be you and I be me? It's James Bay, I think. And that's what's happened here. Two people are being allowed to be themselves, independent of their own selves, but together also independently and working together. That's hard to achieve. Okay. Well, I love it. And you know it. And you know it. You came out. You said, I know. You just don't mess with a good thing, you know? Look at that. I know. Totally. I know that we've had our ups and downs. I've learned a lot from this relationship. Absolutely. We grew up together. Some would say, we know each other inside and out, right? Some would say that for sure. But that's not even it. It's that they want to. They don't believe, I'm going to say it, Virgos are extremely loyal and extremely intuitive. Intuition for Virgos is on point. So this Virgo, the percentage of Virgos I'm talking to here have learned the mysteries of life in the sense of keeping a relationship alive, allowing it to grow, and accepting, however, the errors of our ways. No one said we're not going to forget shit that's gone down, for sure. But we keep plugging along. So the Virgos I'm talking to here believe in the constitution of sacred love. And that's really hard to find, without question. Really hard to find. Let me look at the bottom. They want me to look at the bottom. So we've had our ups and downs, for sure. And we found the white, you can see the Holy Spirit of the white doves, the forgiveness in the conversation has probably, without question, many times saved this relationship from taking the easy way out. And that is to say, we're done and move on. Virgos don't do that. That's a huge plus when you're with a Virgo. Well, I don't need to tell you that. But maybe I do. Maybe that is the message for those Virgos who seem to think that when you found something good, but then you nitpick and you almost convince yourself that someone's not good enough, but it's because you feel not good enough. And so then that energy goes to that person, and then, you know, all hell breaks loose, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And then there's those Virgos that hang on for dear life because they do know and they do respect the longevity of a relationship. There's a lot to be said for that. And that's why Virgos are so well respected and grounded and loved. They have great compassion, and they learn in their relationships. They don't just, you know, okay, so yeah, we've had some problems here, but guess what? We've overcome. Because this person, and many of you Virgos that I'm talking about, sorry, messing with this. Many Virgos I'm talking to know a good thing when you got it. And messing it up would just be stupidity or madness or both, right? Yeah, this is beautiful. Alone in your thoughts, whenever there's been a time of separation or someone, you know, walks out of the house saying, I don't want to talk to you, or I got to go for a drive, or I'm going, you know, on a trip with the guys or the girls, whatever. I need some alone time. This person knows to give the Virgo alone time. This person knows that you're with, that's worth waiting for. Okay, this person also knows, one thing at a time. I'm getting ahead of myself. This person allows Virgo to do what they need to do when they need to do it, knowing that giving someone their space brings them back to a place of compassion, love, understanding that the heart wants. So there's, you know, very few Virgos want to be with someone who's telling them, you know, what the heck, you just walked out, or yelling at them. It's not what Virgos like. Virgos are all about the subtlety of the knowing, if you understand that, for sure. It's their secret. It's a well-kept secret. Well-kept secret. Even when Virgos veer course, or let's just say your job becomes so overwhelming and you're putting in like crazy mad hours in a job, coming home late, if at all sometimes. Even if there is or has been an interest of another kind, let's say secret lover or something like that, those don't last, because a Virgo will not leave. And the person that's with the Virgo loves that person unconditional, to know that they're just going through it, or a phase. You know what I mean? That's huge, to be loved like that. Now, some of you feel stuck. And some of you feel like, I know if I were to make a move, and seek someone else while in a relationship, I kind of know I may just regret it. That's why Virgos don't make decisions easily at all. And it's funny, because it's not funny, but if you delve into the zodiac signs of the archetype, Libra comes right before Virgo. Libras, they weigh the yin and the yang. They weigh the decisions, and they do take their time, just like the Virgos. But everyone goes through the whole cycle when dealing with issues that are, important, life-changing, just like a Libra. And a lot of people can say what they want about Libra, but when you get to Virgo, you're like, wait a second. I know what's good for me. I did weigh it out, because you've been through the Libra. I've now gotten to the point where I'm either all in, all heart, or I'm not. Or if I did veer off course, I did, but I do realize that I'm not going to subject a worth waiting for relationship for, I'm not going to leave my long-term person that I know will understand. If you're single and you feel stuck, ask yourself why. Ask yourself what you're really looking for. Go back a few steps, meaning be the Libra to ask the questions. Like, what do I really want? Be the Cancer that wants to know what kind of feelings that you have and or need, and not out of necessity, but what is essential to be a free agent yet in a relationship. Be like the Gemini who needs to talk things out. Mercury rules Virgo as well as the gems. So again, we go through each cycle of all the planets, we go through all the signs, especially when it comes to decision making, that is going to jump the horizon to the heart. It's crucial. And if you don't think about what it is you want in terms of communication, in terms of wanting a heart-to-heart relationship, then that's why you're still single. Because something is askew. So there's no way that you're not in charge, Virgo. You know you're in charge. You know what you want, always knowing how to get it. And I'll tell you, the Virgos that are really good at getting what they want, especially what's worth waiting for, they do it in such a manner of subtlety, and it happens so effortlessly, because that's how Virgos are. They know what they want. And the High Priestess, aside from your intuition being so like on point, February, you're just going to know. Not that you don't, but for some of you, maybe heightened intuition is massive. Massive. You may feel stuck and unsure emotionally, but you already know why you feel that way. It isn't the question of why you feel this way. It's, I already know what's behind the curtain. I know if someone's trying to manipulate, coerce, convince me otherwise, and try maneuvers that are like, oh my God, off the chain, to convince the Virgo to be with them. That's like one of the things that doesn't work very well with a Virgo, is trying to talk a Virgo out of an already very good relationship, an already good business deal. They don't budge, nor should they. You know what I mean? It's like Virgos they're very well seasoned. So if you are stuck somewhere in your life, ask yourself, for those who are single, ask yourself, okay, so where did I drop the ball in terms of wanting what I want and maybe not settling? And that's the thing. If you don't have enough self-confidence, because that builds with time. So sometimes Virgos can stay in stuff and relationships that are no good for them because they don't feel good enough, right? Okay. And when you do offer your cup, that's for real. It's for real. Not unless you're in your, still youthful, playful mode, and that life hasn't dropped a couple of, F-bombs on you. You know what I mean? Because when you're young, you feel like, well, I'm indispensable. I can do anything I want. I can have whatever I want. But when you get older, the youth of the Virgo doesn't go away. It evolves into maybe a little too serious, but pinpointing their own mirror reflection instead of letting it go. It's hard to get a Virgo to the heart of the matter. But once you get to the heart of the matter, look at someone could be wanting to give love. If you are in a relationship that's really worthy of, is it your long-term or is it a secret lover? Because we can't deny that the High Priestess came out twice. Someone may feel stuck in a long-term relationship or marriage. And this could be one of those times where either they don't want to settle down. So I could be talking to single Virgos that's that's the determining factor. The determining factor is, I just want, let's just live together. I don't necessarily believe in that the vows are important. So many people are feeling that way today because the divorce rate is so high. Some people just want to live together and be happy and let it ride. Others, if you are in a marriage, you're unhappy, you're stuck, and you don't know how to get out. Because and the heart-to-heart convos, you don't care to have any, because your heart may not be in it. Virgos, you know that if your heart's not in it, you're done. For sure. And I don't know if this is, let's see. Someone may want to offer someone else their cup. Instead, they want someone, you guys could be either separated. There could be some Virgos that are separated because they haven't reached the pinnacle of the heart space, and you may be seeing a worth waiting for somewhere else. But if you are stuck, then you got to ask yourself why, right? And some of you did. You grew up with that belief system that getting married and having the big house and the American dream. And maybe you've attained it, and now you're like, man, I've been in this long-term relationship for 10 years or up to 15 years. And I'm like wanting a new, you have this page twice. You may be looking out for someone who is going to fulfill the heart, where you're going to want to have conversations. That's another thing. Because this picture depicts she wants to talk and he doesn't care. He's checked out. Someone's checked out here and wants to be single again. Or you are single and you've checked out of a relationship that maybe you were living together for a long time and you're like, I'm not happy here. You've checked out. And you're still searching for someone who is worth waiting for. And you know that see, some of you Virgos, you know that those cups are there because you just know. You're very intuitive. If a relationship ended because a marriage was going to break up, because it was a sidekick, then so be it. You have to understand that. Some of you lost a secret love or lover because of it. I mean, we have to just... I'm hearing the attraction was purely physical. And that's the thing. That you've come to realize that something had to end. For some of you, something had to end so that you can move on or stay with the person you're with. Let's look at that Ten of Cups reverse. What is that for Virgo? I'm telling you right now, the Ten of Cups was a conversation with the person that you've had a long-term relationship with. Either you stay or you go, but you can't have both. You decide. Someone just had that could have been that heart-to-heart. He didn't want to hear it. The masculine doesn't want to hear, it's either this person you're with on the side or it's me. But you can't have both. So you decide. And they didn't, well, I'm not going to say in all cases, it wasn't a knockdown fight, right? So what's Virgo to do? What are you going to do? What did you decide to do? What has Virgo decided? You decided that you're going to miss a soulmate. You had to stay with the one that you're with. What's that song? Love the one you're with? I kind of think that happened. Yep. Oh, wow. Because, oh my gosh, the longevity of a relationship was on the line. Someone said, you either stay or you go, but you can't have both. And so, for some of you, you lost both. I'm just saying. For others, you thought this person was worth waiting for, the secret lover that was very physical. The attraction was purely physical. Look at. You had to let go of the lover. It's right here. Look at this. Oh my God. Yeah. You knew, or the secret came out of a third party and or the attraction of someone else. And the Empress, the long-term relationship, it could have been an ultimatum, but there was definitely a heart-to-heart convo. If you continue the charades of a secret love affair, it already came out, so you have to choose. You either stay with me or you go. Because something definitely came out. Yep. And it could have been, you could have been dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Someone wanted you to get divorced. Hello? It's right here. And someone said, this isn't fair because you're my person. Why can't you fight for me? Why can't you cut it off and be with me? And someone definitely does not or did not want this to end. It's so sad too. It was bittersweet. Someone waited a long time and was being juggled in a relationship. They wanted you to cut it off. And you had the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo could be the Empress, and the toxicity had to go. So that's what this is. And this person could live at a distance. And now you're like, this person made me feel like childlike again. But I've got responsibilities. I can't just leave. I have a family. I have kids and or animals, dogs who are my children. So now I'm trying to heal and stay in my own lane. Although, when I look back, it pains me to look back because I know in my heart that I couldn't keep it going. The lies, the where are you going, Let's go. Where are you going and what are you doing? The end. Possibly with a Scorp. Which I've been talking about for, for ages. So I went through almost the entire, look at, you're really unhappy. Some of you are really unhappy. And all you want to do is pick up the phone or text someone. But you already know what's on the line. You do. If you go back, I'm just saying, if you go back to a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, the Empress is going to cut you out. As much as you want to take the high road, you're holding back. You're really holding back. There you go. You're holding back. And there's a lot on the line here. So that's another thing. There's a lot on the line. There's a lot, not only, right? The sacrifice is real. If you were to leave a long-term relationship for whatever reason, you'd be losing your home and or half of your income. You know what I mean? We've been talking, so suddenly you come to the realization of you've become enlightened to the reality, your reality. And your reality is subjected to, I don't know, love the one you're with. I'm so sorry. When you know that the hardest part, Virgos, is that you know that what's worth waiting for is right there, and you're being given the option to take the risk, but you're not doing it. You're not going to do it. There's too much on the line. And that's probably why the forgiveness is here. Because this person you're either married to or living with a long term that you feel stuck in with the Empress, that was a deal that's like a soul contract that you both made coming here because someone did the same thing in the last life or whatever we're talking about, whatever past life we're talking about. Yep. So either you're at a very huge turning point, because not all Virgos are the same. Either you're at a huge turning point, meaning I'm either going to get divorced, have someone move out, and go for what I know is worth waiting for. And the other Virgos, if you're single, and unhappy because someone moved on, you have to ask yourself what's missing and why someone's moving on, and what part do you play in that as a reflection. And then the last part is, if there is a third party and this is the real deal, are you going to go for it? You are being asked. Some of you are going to suddenly just say, I'm out of here in this long term, and I'm going for what's waiting for me. Some of you that are in a third party and it's a younger feminine or masculine, I'm going to tell you right now, that's probably what's holding you back from not leaving. Yep. Because they're younger. Someone could be more youthful and younger, and you're having, it happens. You're having this, wow, look at, oh my God. So this person, all right, I'm going to tell you right now, and I know I'm going over big time. This person you really feel is the one. The lover is really the one you want to be with. You want to share your life with. But you can't because it's ego-driven. And it came out twice. This is about your ego. For those of you encapsulated in a third party because they're younger, that's your ego. And you know that you can't leave the long-term relationship with the Empress because the cost of leaving is too much to bear. All right, I love you guys. I'm so sorry. I am sorry, but I do want to leave you with just this. If you are really, truly in love and it's not your ego, then what are you waiting for? But if it is your ego, let it go. That's the song, Let It Go, right? All right, I love you guys. Have a great month.